What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Huobi token. Now, fundamentally, I think long term, all these sort of centralized exchange tokens will end up doing quite well, and it's because people just use centralized exchanges so much more than they use DeFi and DEXs. And Huobi are building and have built their own blockchain that's working very smoothly. So we'll talk about what the growth here could be, and I think this can still do quite significant gains from where it is right now. But before I get into any of that, guys, if you're new to this channel, these are actually the first 26 coins that I did videos about on this channel. And in the videos, I said I was buying up all these cryptos because I thought they were quality. If you'd have done the same, say you'd put in $100 into each of these coins, when I released the videos, you can see what the profits would have been on just $100 on each of these coins. So a $2,600 investment in total would have netted you a profit of around 123 grand. Pretty good. And that's if you bought when I released the videos and you sold in 2021, just 18 months on after I released the videos. Now, I sold all these in 2021. They're not what I own. But if you do want to see the cryptos that I own, you can do. Just head over to copymycrypto.com and have a look at that site. Everything on that site is public record. So you can see the things I've said historically, and you can verify everything that I've said. You can also see what the members have achieved since joining. Now, on copymycrypto.com, I share the coins that I'm in with the members. Anytime I buy a crypto, I let the members know what the crypto is, the gains I think it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. When I sell a crypto and bank profit, I tell the members the coin that I'm selling, the percentage that I'm selling, and they can copy along and bank the same money I do. And if you're watching this, you know there's money to be made in crypto. Now, did you make 20x gains or 30x gains in the last bull cycle? Because we did. We had 40x gains, we had 50x gains, we had a couple coins that did 100x gains, we had Phantom that did nearly 700x gains. So if you've never gone onto the site, go read it now. Go see if it's for you. Go read through the whole thing, and you can make an informed decision. And yeah, that's it, guys. Right, let's have a look at Huobi. Huobi is currently priced at $2.94. Market cap is nearly $500 million, $475 million. Now, Huobi token is obviously the discount token that's used for the Huobi exchange. Now, Huobi exchange is good. I like Huobi, and you know they've been up and running for a long while. They're I'm pretty sure they're a top 10 exchange. They offer some nice earn mechanisms that are in place. You know, you've got dual investments and the Huobi Earn, which is just earning passive income on your crypto. They've got their staking platforms. They do have crypto loans as well. If you're someone that's actively wants to trade, but you want to get additional capital. They also have a community-driven content area, so you can explore all of that. I mean, it's a pretty damn good site. You know, they have constant new listings. They're very tightly almost partnered to a degree with like Polkadot. They released a hell of a lot of the Polkadot projects very, very early. I think it was Huobi and KuCoin that were like always the first two to get in on any new parachains back in the last bull cycle. And I'm sure they'll be one of the first movers in whatever ends up being the next trend. And that matters because the first movers on the new trends always end up being the most successful. But what's more interesting about Huobi is the Hiko chain. So the Hiko chain is built for developers, and they've got up to they've managed to get over 500 transactions per second, which is pretty good. They've got nice low transaction fees, and they now support cross-chain asset transfers. Now, what I also like as well is obviously they have their fund. Huobi obviously invests in the Hiko fund that allows developers to come to there, and the Huobi team and everyone behind it will provide financial support. They'll also provide technical consulting. as well as brand empowerment. You know, they'll help push the brand that is that's being developed, and that's obviously a really good thing. Like, exposure in the crypto markets is always a massive thing. So the Hiko chain is really starting to try and push forward with a number of different projects. They also have the Hiko DAO. This is the voting campaign, so this is your governance. So you can, so there's like an election, vote for the masternode, then you've got proposing, the masternode has the right to propose and vote. You've got the approving process, you've got the voting process, you've got the results process. Standard sort of governance protocols, really. But their metaverse is starting to grow as well. They're looking at their NFT. They've got an NFT IP show, and then they've got GameFi now. Honestly, at the moment, the NFT stuff I'm not overly interested in. More than anything because right now I think we're a way away from NFTs starting to have another sort of rampant run. I do think they will, of course. And they have some pretty cool, you know, images and stuff here. But more than anything, the GameFi stuff is where I think users will come. You know, they've got their Mining Tycoon, which is a virtual mining GameFi dApp. And they also have Plato Farm, which is an NFT-based game, as well as the Evolution Land, which is the first DeFi and NFT cross-chain game. Again, you know, only a few projects, but they're starting to build. And it's looking better and better and better. You can also explore their mainnet. Now, obviously have a wallet up and running, and then they have their activities section. So this is just going to be if you are participating in activities as well. But they had the most recent one, which was quite a while ago now, was create chain IDs to win NFTs. Now, what you can actually see as well are the tokens that are up and running on Hiko. Now, obviously, you'll have the pegged coins will be the highest market cap because they always are. But then they have a few different things, like they have their DEX and MDX, which, you know, was working pretty well and was actually a decent DEX for quite a while. The usage has dropped dramatically. So there's a big job here for growing this, because as of right now, they have a few different, like, they have a very good chain that just simply isn't being used as much as it should. And you can see by holders, you know, what the coins most prevalently held are on Hiko. And that's, you know, your standard pegged ones. But the Huobi token itself is obviously one of the most held. And the MDEX token is massively held. But they have to really grow and start introducing their own products on the Hiko mainnet. And if they do start doing this, this can grow nicely. Now, overall, they're a well. This is one of the projects built upon Hiko. Now, I like Hiko Chain, and I was using it and playing around with it for a while. It's very cheap. It's very easy to use. But that's probably not where they're going to make their money unless they really start growing and really start trying to invest in that ecosystem. Right now, they'll make their money because fundamentally centralized exchanges are used so much. People always use them. People, like, it doesn't matter that FTX happened. It doesn't matter that Celsius happened. It doesn't matter that BlockFi happened or Voyager happened. The only people that won't go to those, go to new centralized exchanges are the people that got really, really badly burnt by all of those situations. People will still go back to trading on centralized exchanges because it's the easiest place to do it, especially new retail investors. Because anyone that's a new retail investor has no idea about all the things that happened previously. And that's why you see centralized exchange tokens that run rampant in bull cycles. And you saw it, you've seen it with BNB, although BNB is slightly different because they've got their own enormous chain. But you saw it with KuCoin, we saw it with Gate, we saw it with Huobi. And Huobi will do the same thing as it did last time. It will break its previous high. Because it will get a flurry of new people. And I'm sure they're going to be first mover on a ton of new trends. They'll aim to do that because it brings new users. When I look at this, I go, this should hit $50. Because if it does hit $50, given its current circulating supply, that is only an 8 billion market cap, they're probably going to be probable trading volume will be $1 billion a day, at least. In a bull cycle, it may well be 2.5. It may well be 2 billion, 3 billion a day. So an $8 billion market cap on a token that fuels the ecosystem, that gives people discounts on trading, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And $50 is a nice gain for this. And the only thing that I always try and remind people is just don't leave your funds on an exchange because it's so risky. These are your long-term investments and nothing's too big to fail. But you could hold the Huobi token on the Hiko mainnet. You could hold it in a decentralized wallet instead of on the exchange, so you're less at risk. But obviously, if they were to crash and go down, that token's going to nothing. Like we saw with Celsius, like we saw with FTX. But I think it's going to do $50. But what do you guys think? Do you think you can do $50? Do you think you can do more? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And guys, last thing. If you want to see the coins that I own right now, head over to copymycrypto.com and just read that site. Everything on that site is public record. Everything on there you can verify. You can see what their members have achieved in the time that they've been on there. You can see what I've said historically. Like I say, you can confirm everything that I've said. Copy My Crypto is simply where I share my entire holdings with the members. And anytime I add to them, I let the members know. Anytime I buy a new coin, I let the members know. Anytime I sell a coin and bank profits, I let the members know. And they can simply copy along. Now, if you didn't make 20x gains or 30x gains in the last bull cycle, we did. We had coins that did 30, 40, 50. We had a few that did 100. We had Phantom that did 700x, nearly 677x. And all the work is taken out. You don't have to think. If you don't have the time, the energy as well, and you're not making those gains, Copy My Crypto could be exactly what you need. So go and read the site if you've never got around to doing that, so you can decide if it's for you, guys. And that is it from me. Let me know what you guys think of Huobi token in the comments too. And I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy.